This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Drive axle replacement. Apply the handbrake. Chock the rear wheels to prevent the vehicle from rolling. Loosen the front wheel lug nuts. Then raise the front of the car and support it on jack stands. Remove the appropriate front wheel. It may help to remove the smaller portion of the fender well splash shield to allow for better access when replacing the drive axle. Remove the hub nut cotter pin and discard it. Discard the old cotter pin, you'll need a new one for reassembly. Remove the drive axle hub nut lock. Loosen and remove the drive axle hub nut with a large socket and breaker bar. To prevent the hub from turning while you're loosening the drive axle hub nut, wedge a pry bar between two of the wheel studs. Remove the ABS wheel speed sensor from the steering knuckle. Remove the control arm ball joint to steering knuckle pinch bolt and nut. Pry downward on the control arm to separate the ball joint from the steering knuckle. Push the drive axle out of the hub while pulling outward on the steering knuckle and hub assembly. If the drive axle spleens are frozen in the hub, tap the end of the drive axle with a soft-faced hammer. If the drive axle is stuck in the hub and the spleens and won't move, it may be necessary to push it from the hub with a puller. Place a drain pan underneath the transaxle to catch any lubricant that may spill out when the drive axle is removed. If you are replacing the left side drive axle, position a large pry bar against the inner drive axle CV joint and carefully pry the joint out of the transaxle side gear. Guide the drive axle carefully out of the fender well. Note that if the old drive axle is being reinstalled, a new retaining circlip on the axle end is recommended to replace the old one. Inspect the transaxle oil seal, confirming that it's in satisfactory condition. If it is damaged, replace it. With multi-purpose grease pre-applied to the drive axle inner spleens, carefully guide the drive axle into the fender well and insert the inner spleens securely into the transaxle. It will be easiest to install the drive axle into the transaxle by making sure the gap in the retaining circlip is facing down when inserting. To make sure the circlip is properly seated in the gear groove, attempt to pull the drive axle out of the transaxle by hand. If the circlip is properly seated, the inner joint will not move out. Pull outward on the steering knuckle and insert the outer drive axle spleens into the hub. Insert the control arm ball joint into the steering knuckle. Install the pinch bolt and nut, then tighten it to the specified torque setting. Install the ABS wheel speed sensor and mounting bolt. Tighten the mounting bolt securely. Install the drive axle hub nut. Tighten the nut to the specified torque setting, using the same counter-rotating method to prevent the hub from turning. Install the hub nut lock and a new cotter pin. Bend the ends of the cotter pin over completely. Install the smaller portion of the fender well splash shield and secure it with the fasteners.